We deny ourselves. So our performance is always the same, because anyone who has the potential to give me the kind of feedback that will cause me to be shaken out of my comfort zone and go to a higher level of performance, I see them as an enemy. So we have got mediocrity. We have got a pool of mediocre people. Because all we want to do is to keep patting each other's backs and saying, well done, well done, well done, which is all okay. But we should say, well done, but because the Bible tells us that we are not perfect, and my Bible tells me in Romans 7 verse 18, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not. Verse 19, for the good that I would, I do not. But the evil that I would not, that I do. That's what my Bible tells me. So in other words, my Bible has already told me that if anything, if I want to improve, I have to keep asking people to tell me where I'm wrong. Romans 3:23. For all have sinned. You know, the interesting thing about that scripture, it doesn't say all are sinners. No, all have committed the act. And yet, no, we don't want to hear that. Sorry, I'm going to be shaking you out of your comfort zones a bit. That's part of the essence of this whole thing. So that's what we need to be looking at in terms of this issue of the performance appraisals. For an employee to perform satisfactorily, their skills, abilities, and motives to perform the job must match the job's requirement. We talked about that. Matching. Most of the time, we get into mediocrity because we want to recruit the most available person or the cheapest person available. But we must try to ensure that we do some kind of a match between the skills and the position. How is this achieved? Teamwork. Every one of us, their job description must not only talk about what I'm supposed to do by myself, it must also talk about that which I'm supposed to do in terms of helping others and how I am supposed to be assisted. Training on the job or off the job. Appraisals, I'm not going to talk about appraisal again because I've already talked about that. Working conditions. And all this, as I said, should be known in advance. It should be agreed at the beginning. Not when you are appraising the employee, you start telling the employee you did badly in this, you did badly in the other, and you are totally silent about what should have been agreed upon at the beginning. Job orientation and induction. I don't know how many of us here got a good induction? How many of us were told way in advance what to expect about the job, the challenges, and were told, you know, some of the issues with the particular job? How many of us discovered how deep the pool was when we were already in the job? Now that is what we should actually try and do less of, and try and include it in our appraisals so that new employees, when we do a 360, new employees can say to us, the way I was inducted into this organization, how does it score? Out of a scale of 1 to 10, how does it score? So you are asking people to appraise you. Do you think we did a good job of easing you into the organization, or did we just throw you into the deep end? How can we improve? That way you'll find that you are improving from one year to the next. But if you don't, then you will always do the same things and you will always get the same results. Right. Objectives of induction. The goals, mission, and philosophy of the organization, its policies, its procedures, preferred means or ways of doing things, its values, behavior, co-workers, everything. What the induction attempts to do is to say that if we start an employee in January, he joins and we want the employee to continue performing along these lines. If we don't do a good induction, their performance will veer off. What can we do here to ensure that the employee's chances of staying on course are maximum? That's what induction is about. Okay, so give as much information as possible to make sure that the learning curve is not too steep. Okay. Who should be given induction? Now, this is the other thing. Do you know there are people who can work in one office and they've never been to another corner of the same organization? They just show up to where they work, and that's why the last point. Yes, we have new employees. Yes, we have employees who have been transferred. But all current employees periodically need to be given induction. I was baptized in Nairobi Central Church in the year 2005, in March, by a pastor who is sitting right here. I'm not going to make him stand up. Where I come from, we don't ask elders to stand up. So, but I was baptized by Pastor Ndeto in 2005. And the interesting thing is that I was in baptismal class for 6 months. And most of the people who told me that we are Adventist by birth, yaani sisi ni Adventista damu, they said, when we started discussing stuff, I realized that some of the basic things we were being taught in baptismal class, I was 43 years old already when I was being baptized. Some of the things we were being taught in baptismal class, the traditional Adventists by birth couldn't quote one verse to substantiate anything. Of course, it doesn't happen in your unions. I mean, your unions are different. I'm talking about my church. That's what happened in my church. They could not quote one verse to save their lives. Why? Because it has become a tradition. And that is what is killing this church.